So, very good morning, students. Welcome to IIT NEET Foundation, our Focus C program by Krishnaveli Talent Schools and the Mastermind Schools. So, once again, welcome all the participant branches for today's session. As you can see on the screen, and you are well aware, my subject is physics. We are in class 6th, our ongoing chapter, that is chapter number 6, light. Today we are entering into the session number 2. So yesterday we started this chapter and we discussed about some of the importance of the light and some important terminology related to light. So we'll continue where we left in the last class. So, but before that, let us recall what we learned in the last class, right? So we have started with the light. What is light? That is, light is a form of energy which makes object to visible for us, right? Because we cannot live in darkness, or we cannot identify any object in darkness. So whenever light will come, that energy makes us to see the objects, makes us to identify the objects by falling on our retina. Means it creates a sensation on retina. It makes the object visible to retina. Such a form of energy is called light. Right? Clear? It's a form of energy which creates a sensation of vision. Or it is a form of the energy which makes objects to visible for us. Okay. So when you see about energy, so you know all the objects available, so many objects collected. For example, you collect one plastic, one glass, one paper, one butter paper, one stone, one wood. So different objects which are surrounding you, collect them and try to pass the light. So out of all these objects or things, few of the objects allow the light to pass through them completely. They allow the light to pass through them completely, which are called transparent substance. What they are called? Transparent substance. The substance through which light passes completely, or the substances which allows the light to pass through them, are called transparent substances. For example, glass, plastic, and many diamond. Diamond also you can mention. Right? But there are some substances which partially allows the light, not completely, some part. They are called translucent. Translucent. For example, oil paper, right? Butter paper. To take these, you can see when you pass the current, you can see that only some of the light passes through that. And there are some substances are there which does not allow the light to pass through them, which are called opaque. They never allow the light to pass through them. Whatever the light falling in them, it remains there or returns back. They won't allow, like wood, right, rock or stone. These are does not allow the light to pass through them. So like that, the materials, how they are behaving in presence of light, how they are acting in presence of light. They are all classified into either transparent substance, translucent substance, opaque substance, right? Opaque substance, or right, right. So these are the things what we learned in the last class, right? Just a minute, we'll continue the class. So these are the things what we learned in the last class about light and how the light is classified into transparent, translucent, and opaque substances, right? So when you go forward, when you move forward, you can learn so many things, so many terminologies there to learn about the light. So when you move to that, so as per the text material, you can see here, these are all things we learn what is light actually. Then we are classified into luminous bodies. There are some bodies which emits the light by themselves. The bodies which emit the light by themselves are called luminous bodies, like our sun, stars, burning candle, electric bulb or tube light or LED, whatever it may be. Okay. There are some more substance which does not emit the light, but they can be seen by reflection of light. Whenever some light comes from either sun or candle or stars or bulb, when they fall on them, because of reflection, we can able to see the object. Such objects are called non-luminous bodies, right? Luminous and non-luminous. We also seen that the light travels in straight line, always in straight line, which is called rectilinear propagation of light, right? Then you will see the speed where speed of light is very high. That is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Okay. Then we started the terminology, terms related to light. Like we have seen optical medium, the medium which completely or partially allows the light to pass through them. It can be either transparent or translucent. These two together called as optical medium. Example, vacuum, air, moisture of gases, which most of the gases, water, glass, plastic. Okay. Then again, homogeneous, heterogeneous, and conflict. So, optical, both are either optical only. Optical medium, the composition of the particles is uniform. Then they are called homogeneous. The composition of particles is not uniform, random. They are called as, right, heterogeneous. Homogeneous and heterogeneous. Then we have seen the transparent medium, translucent medium, and opaque medium. Up to here we have seen in last class. Opaque medium is those bodies which does not allow the light to pass through them. Means these bodies that do not allow light energy to pass through them are called opaque. We cannot see through opaque bodies. These bodies can either absorb the light energy or reflect it. Example, bricks, wood, stones, metals, all these comes under the opaque bodies, right? Now we move to little forward, some more terms are there. Very important terms like, see, point of source, seventh one, point of source. A source of light that is the size of a pin, a small size. A pin is called point of source. So, a source of light. Either there are so many sources are there for light. What are the main source of light? For example, as per our example, you can have sun is the source of light, candle is the source of light, right? All the luminous bodies, bulb is the source of light, which gives out the light, are called source of light, right? If the point, a point source of light is dot, like laser is there. Laser will give the light in the point source. So any source of light which is the size of a pin head is called point source. Then extended source of light. Any source of light which is bigger than the point source of light, more than the point. The bigger one is called extended source of light, like bulb, tube light, and burning candle. Ray of light. Ray means one line. This is called ray. The path along which light energy travels in a given direction is called ray of light, represented by a straight line and arrow. The arrowhead of it gives the direction. This is arrowhead, gives the direction of the light. In which direction light is passing or ray of light is going is given by the arrow head. Then beam of light. Beam is nothing but group of ray of lights like this. There's so many maybe there. Right? A collection of number of ray of lights. A collection of number of ray of lights is called beam of light. If the number of rays is too small, such collection of rays is called as pencil light. So, like this, there are many number of, more than one number of ray of lights are there. We can call it as a beam of light. In beam of light also very sharp, very thin. They are called pencil lights, which are generally comes from the laser light. Parallel rays. So they are nothing but beam of lights only. If one ray is parallel to other, see here, they are parallel to each other. Right? When the ray of light travels parallel to each other, the collection of such rays is called parallel rays. Sun rays entering the room through a ventilator or a window constitute a parallel beam of light. If you observe, the morning where the towards east, you open the window or you can see from the ventilator, the sunlights enter into our room which are parallel to each other. They are parallel beam of light. That is, many number of ray of lights which are parallel to each other are called parallel beam of light. The example is the sunlight entering from the ventilators or a window. Then continuation is there still. Divergent beam of light. Divergent means all the rays starts at one point, they are dividing into many directions. They are diverging, means starting from same point, they are moving in the different direction. They are called divergent beam of light, diverging. Right? So, when the ray of light is originated from point, travels in various directions. The collection of such ray of light is called divergent beam. Diverging is nothing but dividing, starting from same point. Okay, ray originating from the point source of light constitute the divergent light. You can see the headlight, our vehicle headlights or torch light. They all starts from same point. For example, you on the torch light. Light comes from same point, but it is spread throughout the various places. That is called then convergent. When the ray of light coming from different directions meets at one point. See here. So they are coming like this. For example, one ray is from here, one ray is from here, one ray from here, one ray from here. They are coming and meeting at one point. See all these. They are coming from different directions and they are meeting at one point. They are parallel beam of light, divergent beam of light, and convergent beam of light. Convergent is nothing but they are coming from different directions and meeting at one point. Such kind of rays, such kind of beam of rays is called convergent beam of light. So these are the totally 13 important terms are given for the understanding the light. Right? 13. Wonderful. So starting from first optical medium, homogeneous medium, heterogeneous medium, transparent substance, translucent substance, opaque substance, point source, extended source, ray of light, beam of light, parallel beam of light, divergent beam of light, convergent beam of light. These are the total terms related to light. So when you understand light or light ray, you should know about all these points. These are commonly used terms in our subject. In day-to-day life, we may not use, we'll just observe them. We'll use the bulb, we'll use the candle, we'll see the sunlight. All these things we will use the torchlight. But we cannot observe all these things whether they are converging light or diverging light or point source of light or extended source of light. The terms will come across in the physics. So these terms we may not use directly in our regular life, but they are applicable in our day-to-day life. Right? So this is about the what is light and what are the important terms related to light. Okay. So before going for our reflection, the next topic, let me show you one video on the same terms and right.
Light helps us to see various objects around us. There are different sources of light. These sources of light are categorized as natural and artificial sources of light. Let us learn about different sources of light. Items which produce light naturally are called natural sources of light. For example, sun and glowworm. Items which produce light artificially are called man-made or artificial sources of light. For example, torch, table lamp, and lighted candle. Moon is not a natural source of light as it does not produce its own light. The sunlight that falls on it makes it look bright. Let us learn some properties of light. Light travels in a straight direction. Light is not seen, but the objects are seen when light falls on them.
Feels like it was always meant to be, right?
The object through which light can pass partially is called translucent objects. For example, butter paper and frost glass. The object through which light can pass is called transparent object. It can be seen clearly through a transparent object. Air and different gases are transparent as light passes through them. The object through which light cannot pass is called opaque object. It cannot be seen through an opaque object. For example, wood and stone. A shadow is formed when the path of light is blocked by an opaque object. A shadow is always formed in the opposite direction of light. Both solar eclipse and lunar eclipse occur because of these shadows. Let us learn about both solar and lunar eclipse. When the moon comes directly between the sun and the earth, the moon blocks the sunlight from reaching the earth and casts a shadow on the earth. This is known as the solar eclipse. Solar eclipse occurs on a new moon day. Let us perform an activity to show how a solar eclipse occurs. Take a powerful lamp and place it on a table. Take a basketball and place it on a stand as shown on the screen. Tie a tennis ball in between the stand with basketball and the table lamp. The table lamp represents the sun, the basketball represents the earth, and the tennis ball represents the moon. Light the lamp. You will observe that the tennis ball casts its shadow on the basketball, just like the moon casts its shadow on the earth. When the earth comes directly between the sun and the moon, it blocks the sunlight from reaching the moon and casts a shadow on the moon. This is known as the lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse occurs on a full moon day. Let us perform an activity to show how a lunar eclipse occurs. Take a powerful lamp and place it on a table. Take a basketball and place it on a stand as shown on the screen. Tie a tennis ball behind the stand with basketball and the table lamp. The table lamp represents the sun, the basketball represents the earth, and the tennis ball represents the moon. Light the lamp. You will observe that the basketball casts its shadow on the tennis ball, just like the earth casts its shadow on the moon.
LIC brings its Navjeevan Shri for young professionals. Pay regular premiums, enjoy life insurance, earn guaranteed additions as a percentage of premium, create a guaranteed corpus at maturity for your dream goals. Attractive incentives to existing policyholders. Buy today.
Got your domain and a website? Now it's time to bring it to life. Welcome to AltaHost, where
Reflection of light. We all have heard the Panchtantra story of the lion and the rabbit.
Very nice.
What do you think the lion saw in the water? There was no other lion in the water. The lion saw its own image in water, formed due to reflection of light. You see yourself in a mirror. You can see the images of nearby mountains and trees in a lake. This is due to reflection of light. Let us do an activity to understand what reflection is. In a dark, empty room, from the left, shine a flashlight on a mirror. In this case, you will see a bright patch of light on the wall to your right. This means that when light falls onto a mirror, its direction changes. Such a change in direction of light is called reflection of light. Thus, reflection of light is defined as the bouncing back of light in the same medium after striking a surface. Types of reflection. The bouncing back of light in the same medium after striking a surface is called reflection of light. Reflection of light depends upon the nature of the surface, that is, whether the surface is smooth, rough, or shiny. Depending on a surface, reflection of light can occur as regular reflection and irregular or diffuse reflection. Let us see what regular reflection is. When a parallel beam of light falls on a smooth and polished surface,
See how they
the
are
reflected
regularly
beam
parallel
is
to each
also
other.
parallel and directed in a fixed direction. Such a reflection of light is called regular reflection. This type of reflection enables formation of image. Examples: reflection from a mirror and calm water. Let us learn about irregular reflection. When a parallel beam of light falls on a rough surface, the reflected light is not parallel but spreads over a wide area. Such a reflection of light is called irregular or diffuse reflection. In this case, images are not formed. Reflections from all the irregular surfaces, such as stone, wall, wood, are examples of irregular reflection.
So more is there, we'll discuss after the chapter. So that is what we given after knowing about all these terminology. We enter into the reflection of light, which is one of the important property. The first and foremost important property of the light, reflection, as you have seen clearly. So this takes place only in the case of opaque bodies. Opaque bodies only undergo reflection. Whenever light is falling on opaque body, suppose a mirror or a stone or anything, when light is, for example, say this is a normal line we drawn, we place it with an angle, some angle, light is fallen. That is called incident ray. So after striking the mirror, it will reflects back. It is called reflected ray. So bouncing back of light or returning back of light into its original medium is called reflection of light. See, that is called incident ray. The ray which is coming and striking on the mirror is incident ray. So it is reflecting back. Reflected ray. Arrow is away from a reflected ray. And if you draw a normal or perpendicular, it is called a normal ray. Right? So because of reflection, the light is going in the different direction to the same medium. Such a method or property of a light is called reflection of light. When a beam of light is incident on a surface, a part of it is returned to the same medium after striking the surface called reflection of light. Or reflection of light is the phenomena of bouncing back of light into same medium on striking the surface of any object. But condition here is object must be opaque. It's not transparent or translucent. Because transparent will erode the light. There is no chance of bouncing back. So reflection of light is a process of enable us to see the different objects around us. So because of that, you are able to see me. Because of that, I can able to see the pen. Because of this only, I can able to see everything, objects, right? Such property of the light. The first and foremost property of the light is reflection, by which we can able to see the objects around us, right? So whenever light falls on your eyes, that is your retina, that reflects and makes the object to visible for us. Okay. So when you are studying about the reflection, we'll come across again some more terminology. When first, mirror. So what is mirror? A highly polished surface that can be reflected almost whole light incident upon it is called a mirror. It has two surfaces. One is reflecting surface, other is silver coated surface. Correct? So whenever you stand in front of the mirror, we can able to see our own image clearly because of the reflection of light. So that mirror, which is finely polished and coated with the silver, will make us to see ourselves how we are due to reflection of light. Such a reflecting medium is called mirror. So reflecting medium must be an opaque. Then incident ray. The ray which you see, A is called incident ray because the ray is coming from here and falling on the point B. This, the AB. So AB is called incident ray. Right? Incident ray. Point of incident. The point at which the incident ray strikes and reflecting the surface is called. See here. That B is called the point of incident. B. Where the light is coming and striking on the mirror. The point where the incident ray is striking the surface. So after striking again, it reflects back. Then that is called, so normal ray. A light ray coming back to the same medium after reflection is called, this is called normal, N. Right? Then reflected ray means after striking at B, it will go back to C. That is, BC is called reflected ray. See, simple. Whenever a light falls on a mirror or any opaque object, the light which is coming towards the mirror are called incident ray. The point where the incident ray hit the mirror is called point of incident. And the normal drawn from the point of incident, which is actual direction of the light, the normal drawn is called normal ray. And the ray reflected moving away from point of source to other point is called reflected ray. Clear? So, when you are discussing about the reflections, the process of bouncing back of light after hitting the surface is called reflection of light. So when you are studying about reflection of light, we will come across reflection medium, that is called mirror, incident ray, point of incident, normal, and reflected ray. Apart from that, some more are there. See here. Wow. So many are there. Then, angle of reflection. For example, this is the mirror. Right? So this is the normal. So it is falling here, incident ray. And this is the reflected ray. And O is the point of incident you assume. So angle of incident. The angle made by incident ray with normal is called angle of incident. The angle made by incident ray with normal. Similarly, angle made by reflected ray with normal is called angle of reflection. One thing is, for smooth surface, angle of incident is always equal to angle of reflection. That will come as a law of reflection. Right? So angle of reflection, angle of incident, the angle that incident ray makes with the normal at a point of incident is called angle of incident. So incident ray making angle with the normal at point of incident. Similarly, angle of reflection same. It makes angle with the normal or theta while reflecting after hitting the point source. Very important one. Glazing angle of incident. Glazing means, see, the angle between incident ray and mirror. This part. This part is called glazing angle. This part is called glazing angle of reflection, glazing angle of incident. The angle made by incident ray with normal is called reflected ray. That is angle of incident. Angle made by incident ray with mirror or surface is called glazing angle of incident or glazing angle of reflection. Right? So these are very important glazing angles. Once again, let's explain next class. After knowing about that, we'll see about the next class types of reflections, which you already seen in the video. Regular reflection, irregular reflection, right? And or it's also called diffuse reflection. So in next class, we'll continue with these terminologies which are to be gone through. Very small lesson. We have seen today. We have seen what is the light and what is light and what are the terminologies related to light. Then after knowing about all the terminologies of light, we have seen about the luminous bodies, non-luminous bodies, and also we have seen about what is the transparent bodies, translucent, opaque, homogeneous, heterogeneous. After knowing all, we enter into the one of the important property of the light, reflection. Right? So after knowing, when you are studying about reflection, which is the returning back of light into its original medium after hitting the surface. The surface or medium must be opaque. Then only reflection process takes place. So when you are studying about reflection, again we'll come across so many terms: incident ray, point of incident, reflected ray, and point of reflection, angle of incident, angle of reflection, grazing angle of reflection, grazing angle of reflection, incident. All these are the terms which we'll discuss. So we'll continue the same in the next class where we left. That is, what are the types of reflections which are already seen in the. Then we enter what is the shadow. What are the conditions for the formation of shadow? That is, what are the characteristics of shadow? And finally, we'll end with the what is image, in that what is a real image, virtual image, right? Few more are there about the mirror, and also discuss about the how to design the pinhole camera, very interesting camera that is, and what are the characteristics of pinhole camera in the last class, next class. So this is a total light chapter. We'll close this chapter by next week, maybe 1 or 2 classes. Then we can do all these level 1, level 2 problems or level 2 answers if you are perfect in the concept. The total chapter right now only is a concept only. There is no problems are involved here. Completely conceptual chapters. So higher next, when you go for next level, next class, when you go to 7th, 8th, 9th, we'll get extension of all these topics. Right? You can get the little extension. But till then, we'll close the class today with all the conclusions. Light, terminology related to light, reflection of light, terminology related to reflection of light. So in next class, we'll discuss about laws, that is about the types of reflections, laws of reflections, shadow, characteristics of shadow, how this shadow works in the pinhole camera, how to demonstrate the pinhole camera, which you can use even in the upcoming science fairs also. I will explain you how to design, how to prepare, and what are the characteristics of pinhole camera. Right? So that's all for today. Thank you, students. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.